Central Development works to attract new investment into the Central Corridor of St. Louis. Here with us is Brooks Goedeker, Executive Director of Park Central Development.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a mouthful, but you do a lot, so
Yes.
it kind of goes with the territory. What exactly is Park Central Development?
Yeah, so Park Central is one of about a dozen community development corporations in the city of St. Louis, and we represent the Central Corridor. So we act as quasi-city managers for the Central Corridor area of city of St. Louis.
And does that mean that you're responsible for everything that goes on in those neighborhoods?
Well, it's definitely, we like to say community development is the ultimate team sport. So we are one of those players, but there's a lot of great people that work towards the community development there.
And so what does it look like developing a community?
One of the big things that we do is about consensus building. So you have thousands of people that work in the Central Corridor, you have thousands of people that live in the Central Corridor, and then you have decisions that happen there. So we like to go ahead and try to work with the community to make the right decisions for their neighborhoods. So we may come and actually make recommendations or give them options, but ultimately the neighborhoods and the community stakeholders are the ones that are making the decisions.
And so the Central Corridor is basically this area right here. Would you break it down for us?
Correct. So our geographic area is Lindell to the north, Grand to the east, Highway 44 to the south, and then Hampton to the west. That represents about 6% of the geographic area of the city of St. Louis. There's 7 neighborhoods that encompasses. And the last 2 years, we've been fortunate enough to have had over 50% of the construction in the city of St. Louis.
Wow. You said there are a number of players that actually work as a group. Who are some of those players?
Yeah, so the big ones are our institutional partners. So you have Washington University Medical Center, Cortex, St. Louis University, and now St. Louis University Hospital, SSM. They're all institutional partners of Park Central. You have the businesses and the commerce, the developers there, and then of course the residents who make up a big piece of that. And then you don't want to forget the aldermen that are also involved in the process.
And you brought a chart that kind of shows how the different people contribute to come up with this funding that's needed for the neighborhoods. Let's take a look at that chart and maybe you can break it down a little.
Sure. Yeah, so Park Central is fortunate in that we've been able to kind of grow and now are one of the biggest development corporations in this city. So a third of our funding comes from our institutional partners. The second third comes from us setting up and administering special taxing districts in the area, so special business districts and community improvement districts. Then we've also gotten into the event coordination business. So in the Grove, we put on Grove Fest and the Indie Hop Beer Festival and the Manchester Bike Bash, the RFT Music Showcase, all of those events.
That doesn't sound like work, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, we like to combine the two. So it's definitely, everyone that's in our office definitely lives in the city and is very passionate about what we do.
And what's this?
This is Grove Fest. So the Grove Fest happens the first Saturday of October each year. About 25,000 people come out to Grove Fest, and it is a wildly fun, entertaining street festival that happens each year.
And what happens with a festival like this? What does this do for the community?
Yeah, so what we've said, this is, we just celebrated our 10th anniversary for Grove Fest, and what we say from it, what happens is it not only brings people to the neighborhood and businesses have record days for that day, but then it ends up selling people who say, wow, this is a great community. I want to live here. I want to open a business here. I want to invest in this area. They have great festivals. They have great things happening here.
Which is a key component of what you do. The whole idea is to grow the neighborhood, improve the neighborhood, both with buildings but also with people.
Yeah, we like to say we've become experts in what it takes to attract and private investment to areas. So with the small wins and that we've had in the neighborhoods, we like to say if people come to the Grove only 3 or 4 times a year, they're coming in, they're going to see a new set of planters, a new mural, a new special event, a new business opening up, and they're going to say, wow, there's somebody here actually taking care of this area.
And there's one of the murals. We'll take a quick peek at that, and then we actually have to take a break. But when we get back, you've got some more amazing pictures that I want to continue looking at. Stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with Park Central Development after this break. Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Raynah Rey, here with Brooks Goedeker of Park Central Development, the place where you have fun at work.
Yes.
One of the places where you have
Yes,
fun
it's
at
a
work.
great community.
Sure. So we were just talking about some of the things that the events and activities that you do as a part of your job to bring recognition to the neighborhood, to bring businesses, to bring people to the neighborhood. So let's pick up there.
Yeah, so again, through our events that we have in the Grove, brings over 100,000 people each year to the neighborhood.
Wow.
And it really helps offset, the businesses say those are their record days of the year. And what it is people sometimes, it's their first time into the neighborhood, and then they come back after that because they see it's such a great place to, live, work, and visit.
Right. Well, let's look at some more of those pictures that you brought, because I was having fun with those pictures.
Yeah, so that's Grove Fest, and we have all kinds of entertainment. We have usually about 50 different entertainers, and then we'll have bands throughout the day. We have a big kids village area that happens each year, and that. This is now the largest beer hall, micro beer hall in the state of Missouri is in the Grove. So this is a 70,000 square foot beer hall, Urban Chestnut there.
And you helped bring this to the neighborhood.
Correct. Urban Chestnut has been great for the neighborhood, and we've welcomed them with open arms.
Now this, I know, is the Bevo Mill,
Correct.
and that's outside of that corridor you were talking about.
Yeah.
So why is this picture in here?
We're excited. As of 2016, this is our first step outside of the central corridor. So we have definitely been getting lots of questions from business associations and neighborhood associations all across the city saying, whatever you're doing in the central corridor is working. Is there any way that you can come into our areas and help us out with things?
So what's the plan for the Bevo Mill?
So it's very exciting. Again, Bevo Mill and the Bevo neighborhood has welcomed us with open arms. The Bosnian Chamber of Commerce and the Gravois Business Association has said, please come in and help us set up a community improvement district for the area. So that will be a 1% sales tax and a special assessment that will raise almost $200,000 a year. And that will go to safety and security and public infrastructure improvements and hopefully an annual special event there too.
Why is it so important for the job that your organization does to the well-being of the St. Louis area?
Yeah, so there is, lots of efforts happen through volunteers and that. And the city of St. Louis is definitely a major partner of ours. However, we're there to help find additional resources and capacity for these neighborhoods and for these districts. And so you can only do so much with volunteer time in that, but we've kind of become experts in helping get that, greater capacity for these areas.
And what's the reward doing something like that?
It's extremely, beneficial. I was born and raised in St. Louis, and to see actually our work making a difference is tremendous.
What is on the horizon now that we can expect coming down the road?
Yes.
And what's this?
We do the only two areas in the city that have what are called form-based code zoning codes. So we've done that in the Central West End and now currently in Forest Park Southeast. So anybody that's looking to do new construction in those two neighborhoods, go ahead and turn to our zoning code, our new zoning code, and it says exactly what the neighborhood would like to see on those different parcels. So it tells you the heights, the materials used, where parking should be, if you want to build on Euclid or Sarah on Manchester, retail on the first floor, all those things. And we've literally have gotten 1,500 stakeholders have come out and told us what they would like to see in their neighborhoods, and we've put it into this code.
So it really sounds like part of what you do is being a liaison into
Correct.
bringing what needs to come into the neighborhood and the neighborhood understanding who's coming in and really just making a happy situation for everybody.
Yeah, everything that we do is very transparent in the process. We work with the neighborhood associations, with the business associations and that, and we're there doing a lot of the work behind the scenes, but ultimately we want them to make the decisions for what happens in their communities.
You might have to change your name if you start branching out and helping all these other neighborhoods.
We've been told that, yes.
Well, you know what? I think it's amazing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. And thank you for being here
Thanks
with me
for having
today. Thank you so much. If you're interested in learning more about Park Central Development, visit them online at parkcentraldevelopment.org. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.